Well, what a great way to wrap up AUVSI Xponential 2022 in Orlando, other than with the drone guy himself. I think we've all seen you, Kevin. Every week you're doing your thing. You are the, social media king right now in terms of what's going on at the FAA.
Yeah.
In the drone space. But what have been your key takeaways from this show? I mean, there's been a lot going on here. What has it been like for you?
And there's a lot going on right now. They're literally breaking the show down all around us. This is pretty exciting. I think probably my biggest takeaway is just the real positive vibe that we've gotten from everyone here. There's a lot going on. It's a lot of people, they haven't been together in the last 3-4 years.
That's true.
In the drone space, that might as well be 100 years. That's how fast drones evolve.
True.
So my key takeaways from this, probably primarily, is that everybody is still working together. Despite us having to go remote and virtual so many times, we're here back working together, and it's that collaborative spirit that's driving this autonomous industry forward that the FAA is just very happy to be part of the conversation.
Yeah.
So it's been a really, really wonderful event, meeting everyone and working together and all trying to reach that goal of integration with safety.
Absolutely. So much happening here, so much new tech. One of the things, obviously, that's on everybody's mind is BV loss.
Yes.
Beyond visual line of sight. And we all know that we need it, but what is the FAA seeing as the critical markets and how and why are we figuring all this stuff out for
right,
what?
Right. So I'm glad you asked about this, because beyond visual line of sight is something that we recognize as a necessary component of future drone operations. And when you're talking about package delivery or even advanced air mobility, those types of things will all need normalized routine beyond visual line of sight operations. And I think you can go back a little bit and take a look at what we've done in the past year with operations over people. As you know, when Part 107 came out, operating over people was prohibited unless you had a waiver. We released our update to that operations over people rule last year. Included some night operations, and that was a result of the information and data that we learned and gathered through collaboration with industry, our waiver process, that allowed us to normalize those types of operations. And I think what you're seeing right now with Beyond Visual Line of Sight is that same process moving forward. As you know, we just wrapped up the BV Loss Aviation Rulemaking Committee, and they sent the report to the FAA, which we are reviewing at this time. But that is one of the first steps in the natural process of moving forward to normalize this as part of the rules. So what we really want to try to do is move away from the one-offs, the waivers that are happening all around, and get to something that's permitted by rule that reaches that same equivalent level of safety that we've seen in the waiver process. Mm-hmm. So we're very excited about Beyond Visual Line of Sight. It's got a very passionate topic amongst many of my FAA colleagues. Absolutely. So as we move forward, it's just going to be a really exciting few years to see how this turns out.
Right. But no, you're spot on. And I think everybody is always so hungry for information and where can I get the latest and the greatest. Where do people go on a consistent basis, but where can they also find other information that kind of comes up in little snippets to keep them up to date on what's happening?
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the biggest challenges. How do people keep up to date on everything that happens with drones? And then you have the regulatory side too. So maybe you're up to speed on the latest drone technology, but you haven't really kept up to speed on what the rule changes have been. Maybe you don't know that operating at night now is permitted by rule, those types of things. So I always tell people, start with our website. That's probably the cleanest, easiest way to start, faa.gov/UAS. That will be your springboard to everything that the FAA has, our latest and greatest, most up-to-date information. If you're a big social media person, we have a couple of accounts that work really, really well for drone operators. FAA Drone Zone on Twitter and FAA Drone Zone on Facebook. And I encourage people to follow those, because when things are posted to the Federal Register notice or they're updated on our website or a press release comes out, we always amplify that on our social media channels. Mm-hmm. So if you can at least follow us on those two channels, right, you'll always be aware of what's happening in the drone world at the FAA.
Okay, that's fantastic. Well, listen, I know they're going to kick us out of here in a couple of minutes. It's been great to sit down and talk with you for a few minutes and kind of get your thoughts on what happened here, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.
It has been a pleasure. Thank you for having me on your show.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.